Welcome to Ploughman's Backyard. My name is Kendra, and today we have another dollar store addition to starting seeds. Typically, I'm not someone who goes to the dollar store for seeds or food, but this year I thought I would give them a try because I've heard other people doing it and had success. So our last video was growing kits from the dollar store, and we're kind of experimenting to see how they do. Today we are testing out dollar store soil. So anyone who knows me knows I'm a huge ProMix fan. I've been using ProMix for years. I even was a co-owner of a greenhouse business years ago, and we use ProMix exclusively. It is one of the best soils that we have found for starting your seeds, transplanting, anything like that. I usually buy a smaller bag because when I start my seeds, the larger bag isn't usually available. So believe it or not, I got this at Canadian Tire for $14.99. You can see the size of the bag here. Then we have this exact same soil I just picked up at Costco for $19.99. Now, like I said, they don't always have this available when you're wanting to start your seeds early. So picking up the smaller bag is usually what I do when I don't have access to this larger bag. But this is well worth the money compared to the other one. And it's premium, organic, vegetable, and herb mix. I love it because it feeds and nourishes your plants for up to 3 months. One of my favorite things. And then by the 3 months, they're usually outside anyways, even earlier maybe. The plants are usually outside getting the nutrition from the ground. So it's a good way to start your seeds. However, when we went to the dollar store the other day and we got our grow kits, I'm like, hey, why not try the dollar store soil? I have never tried it before. I don't know what it's like. It was $2.50. As you can see, it's probably the same size as that other smaller bag of ProMix that I paid $14.99 for. So I thought, let's just give this a try. It's a cheaper version. I couldn't find that there was anything like any Miracle-Gro or anything like that in here because that's not something that I like to have when I grow my plants. I want my plants and my food to be as natural as possible. So I picked this up. It's for interior and exterior, and it says it actually reduces watering. So I'm curious to see how this does compare to my ProMix soil. I also picked up a little 10-pack of these little pots, which are perfect for starting seeds. I think I paid maybe $2 or $3 for 10, which actually isn't a bad price at all. So what I'm going to be growing today is some peppers. Now I was over at Mike and Angie's from Me and You Acres just for a little visit the other day, and she had started too many pepper seeds. So she gave me a few started. They're a bit further gone. They've got little roots started already, so hopefully they'll do well, but I was quite happy. She gave me some banana peppers and some jalapenos, so I'm going to start those now because I haven't had the time yet to start my own. So I will be starting my own shortly, but I thought, hey, let's just get these in because they definitely need to be transplanted into something. All right. Banana, jalapeno. So another thing that I love to have on hand with me when I start my seeds is my seed journal or my garden journal. And really what it is a journal that I keep track of when I start my seeds every year, how they grow, if I need to start them a week or two early the following year, how they did in the garden, if I like the taste of the actual fruit or vegetable that I grew. I keep all those notes in here, and it just helps me for the following year to make good decisions on, you know, should I start it a week earlier, maybe 2 weeks later, and it actually changes from year to year. So I just love having this. I also keep track of the seeds that I buy and maybe what I need to replace in the following year. So it's just something that's really handy. I love having it. I've got to keep track that I've started these seeds and when I transplanted them. So I'm just letting you know this isn't a sponsored video for ProMix by any means. I'm just really passionate about the product. I love the product. So there's no sponsorship in this video. Just letting you know. All right, let's try this dollar store soil. It's nice and black. I don't know if you can see it or not, but black, very moist. So that's good. You don't want to have a dry soil. So I'm just gonna fill these up a bit. I probably could use a different, smaller pot, but this is what I have on hand right now. Oh yeah, it's really kind of like black earth, really. It's got some vermiculite in it too. Anyways, it might be good. I think it might be good. So let's start out. What do we got here? we'll start it with the jalapenos. We'll plant those first. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and put a few in each container. As they grow, then I'll transplant them again. All right, so I've got one started in there, and I'm going to put just a few. As you can see, they're gone a little further than I probably like them to have gone, but that's okay. I was short for time this week. Kind of what they look like when you're ready to plant them, when you're doing the paper towel method. Just going to stick that in there. So there's one. As you can see, the soil doesn't look all that bad. It's quite black, and we'll see. Okay. We've got just a few more seeds we can plant of the jalapeno. You can see this one is just starting to sprout. You can see it's got a little thing there. It's a good way of testing your germination is putting them in a wet towel in a Ziploc bag and putting them in a warm place. They don't need to go down super deep at all. I'm not a huge jalapeno fan, but I do love making salsa, and we do need jalapenos for our salsa recipes. All right, we'll go next to our banana peppers, which are quite sweet and really nice actually. All right, the banana peppers. Perfect. They're kind of intertwined. Oh no, that's one. Make sure you plant the right end down. Those are kind of stuck together. Just be gentle with them. I don't want to break them at all. Chunk of bark in that. It's all right. You can see that seed is just starting to sprout. All right, I'll put my banana peppers over this way. A big chunk. You want to make sure you break those up. Don't leave them in there like that. It's really damp, actually, the soil. The banana peppers are nice. They're small, but they're a nice size. They have a nice taste. So what kinds of things have you started already growing? The best time to plant the peppers is now, maybe even a little earlier. The next thing that you really want to get started is your onions. Take quite a long time if you're doing them by seed. It's another thing you can really get started on. Celery can take some time as well. And I like to start my herbs early, not too early, but eggplant is another one that needs to be started a lot earlier than most other things. It takes quite a while to get eggplant going. Definitely have a lot more banana peppers than the jalapeno, but that's okay. I only want the jalapeno really for doing my salsa. So I'm putting about 4 in each one here. Sometimes, well, this one I'm putting 5 in. We'll see how it does. That's those. So the next thing I do is I always label them, because if you're like me, you will forget what you planted and what they are. I'll know they're peppers by their leaves and how they look, but until their fruit come on, I won't know what kind they are. So this is another thing that I pick up from the dollar store as well, and they are multi-use labels. They are the perfect size for labeling your plants. Usually I just write on it what it is, stick it on here, and then even year after year of using these, I wash these, I bleach my pots generally, and then I just put a new sticker on every year, because you get so many labels in this. I mean, I think I've had this pack for probably 3 years. So anyways, I use these quite a bit. So basically I have 3 things here from the dollar store: the pots, the potting mix, and the labels. Anyways, I'm just going to write on here. Oh, this one was the banana. So we'll write the banana. And then all I do is just take the little sticky and I put it on there, and it's perfect. I know exactly what it is. And yeah, saves me from forgetting. Perfect. Okay, next the jalapeno. And these seeds are from M.I. Gardner. And okay, they were started on February 21st, so perfect. Thanks, Ange. Seems like this is such a busy time of year starting your seeds. Not only do you start your seeds, but if you're like me, you have to start the incubator up as well. So it's a pretty busy time of the year. Even on hydro, if you're on hydro, I'm using my grow lights, I'm using the incubator. It just comes with the territory. It's a busy time, but when you are homesteading, I don't know if there really isn't a busy time. For us, the winter is our slowest time, usually between like December and February. And then it just picks up. Anyways, I guess keeping busy keeps you out of trouble. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go water them and we'll get these under the grow lights. So when I start my seeds, I always start off spraying my seeds, because what happens if you overwater, the seeds could pool together in one spot and they'll all grow in one spot. But I have strategically planted these so that they're spread out. So when I go to transplant them, they're much easier to separate and I don't have to worry about damaging any roots. So I like to use a little sprayer. Again, another find from the dollar store. So we just want to dampen off the soil. Like I said, I didn't plant the little seedlings very deep. You don't want to plant things very deep, so you don't need to water it, you know, overwater it, because they're right at the surface. And starting seeds, it's so fun. Once you start, you just keep doing it every year. You'll love it. And sometimes it's not even the starting seeds, it's the buying seeds. It's a fun part. And then you end up with way too many like me. So be cautious, it's addictive. Okay, perfect. All right, let's get these under the grow lights. I'm just gonna put them over here because our wood stove is just over there and I want them to be warm. Perfect. Can't wait to see them start sprouting up.